Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of yoga with me. Thanks for everyone that took part in last week and sent me messages, really appreciate it. Great that everyone's getting involved in being active and staying fit whilst we're in isolation. Thanks to Tanya Turner for your community spirit and keeping everyone active as well. And a shout out to my regulars who normally come to my class on a Wednesday but have been doing the videos from last week. So 2 changes just from the videos from last week is that I'm not going to play any music because I found it cut in and out. If you want the Spotify playlist, just message me and I can send that to you. And also I'm hoping that I can speed up my voice. I found I was speaking quite slowly last week, so hopefully we can be a bit quicker this week. Tell me if there's anything that you do or don't like about the videos. Feedback at this stage is really important because it's for you just as much as it is for me, and I want you to get the most out of it. And obviously I'm new to running videos for yoga. Remember to listen to the body, and if you're new to doing exercise, take some advice from your doctor. And again, take it in your own time. Again, this isn't an aerobics class. So before we start, I'm just going to go to the back of the mat. So breathing in yoga, we start off with breathing in yoga. And why is it we do that? We do that to really deepen into the asanas. For example, I've got quite tight hip flexors from lots of cycling and hamstrings. So when we're doing something like a lunge pose, when we're breathing, if I was just to do a normal lunge and breathe normally, then that's a nice stretch for me. But when I use the breath, I'm really deepening into that hip flexor, deepening into the quad, and also using my core muscles as well. So using the breath to your advantage and getting deeper into those asanas is really important. And one of the reasons why I love yoga really is to make sure that you're using the breath for energy. The yogic term for breathing is pranayama. Prana really means bringing energy. So every inhale you want to imagine bringing energy into your body, and every exhale really breathing all out, all that toxins and things that you don't need in the body. So come to a comfortable sitting position. You can either sit cross-legged or your legs out in front of you, whichever's more comfortable for you. Just make sure that you've got a straight back. If you want to sit on a cushion or a towel just to push your hips forward, then please do so. So come to a comfortable sitting position and take a few rounds of deep breathing. Really slow the breath down. So take an inhale. And inhale for 4. Take slow counts and pause at the top of the inhale. Start to exhale. Count for 6 or 8 on your exhale. And really squeeze down through the belly. Squeeze that Mula Bandha lock, which is your pelvic floor lock. Start the inhale. 4 on your inhale. And you can close your eyes if you want to, turning the focus inward. Pause at the top of the inhale. Start the exhale. 6 to 8 on your exhale. Don't forget to pause at the bottom of the exhale. Do a few more rounds in your own time. And start to think about the intention for your practice. Right now we're really grateful for what we have. showing up on your mat, doing what you can. These times when there's many restrictions placed on us, we're just grateful to have the sunshine. Focus on the breathing. Tune your mind into the breath. And then if you have your eyes shut, blink them open. And then interlace the fingers and pull the shoulder blades apart. Tuck the chin in. Take an inhale here. Pause at the top and start to exhale. Breathe out through the upper back. Really nice stretch in the upper back. Neck. And then pull the hands apart and start to interlace your fingers behind you. If you can place your palms together, straighten the arms so it really pulls the shoulder blades apart. Pulls them together. And pulls them down the back as well. Opens out the chest. A lot of us sit with our shoulders forward. It's now time to open up the shoulder blades. Open them up. Releasing the hands. Take an inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And then bend over to the right side. Side stretch. Make sure that you're in the middle, in the neutral position. Not too far forward, not too far back. Exhale here, all the way down through the belly. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Reaching out through the fingertips, out through the hips. And exhale down to the left. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Inhale up to the sky. And fold forward. Deep stretch down through the hips. Relaxing the head, relaxing the shoulders. Keeping the arms active. Take a deep belly breath here. And then start to walk the fingers back towards you. And then come to lying down on the mat. Lying down. And feet hip width apart. Knees nicely aligned with the hips. Palms flat on the floor, and just raise up your hips into a bridge. The hips nice and tall. And just stay here for a breath. On an inhale, lift the left leg straight out in front of you. Not up towards the ceiling, just a diagonal right hand front. Inhale and exhale, bring the left foot down. Bring the back all the way back down to the mat. Left foot on top of the right knee and pull the right knee towards you. Opening out the hips. Here's a nice stretch on the hamstrings. This is upside down pigeon. So those that don't really like the ordinary pigeon, this is a nice alternative. exhale, try and pull that leg closer towards you, closer towards the body. On the exhale. Inhale, let go of the leg. Feet back flat on the floor and start to curl up into a bridge. On the other side, lift the right leg, diagonal out in front of you. Keep it strong. Take a breath here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the foot back down. Bring the back and the hips back down. Place the right foot on top of the left knee. Pull the left leg towards you. Flexing the foot that's on the top of the knee. Take a few deep breaths here. And on the exhale, remember to bring the left leg closer towards you. Releasing the legs, bring the feet flat on the floor and bring the knees to the chest. Lift the head and just gently rock from side to side. And then with your knees kept into the chest, lift the head back down onto the floor. And we're going to just start to roll up. Lift the hips, lift the legs. Just rock and roll on the mat. Really like this is a nice back massage here. Roll up and down. Wakes up the spine. Wakes up the body. Do a few times. And just come up to the mat. And switch to the back of the mat and come on to all fours. Stack the wrists over the shoulders. Keep a nice bend in the elbows. Stack the knees over the hips. Flat the feet on the floor. Pull the belly in. And we're going to pull the back up to the sky. Tuck the chin in. Inhale. And exhale. Curl up into cat. Drop the belly. Concave the back. Bend the elbows. Inhale, pull the back up to the ceiling. Engage the glutes. And exhale. Push the belly to the floor. Lift up the hips. Open out the chest. Lift the chin. And exhale. Really pull that back up. Arch the back. And exhale, just to a neutral position. You're going to lift your left knee back up towards the left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, push the left leg to the back. Keep the hips parallel with the hips. Exhale it out. Inhale it up, back up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back of the mat. One more time. Inhale up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back of the mat. And then bring the knee back down to the mat on the right side. Take an inhale up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back of the mat again. Keep the hips nice and parallel. Inhale up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back of the mat. Straightening out the leg. Pulling in the core muscles. Inhale. Back up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back. Last one. Inhale up to the elbow. And exhale it to the back. Inhale, knee to the floor. I'm just going to do some hip circles. So lift up the left knee and draw a circle, semicircle with the knee. Try and keep the back nice and flat. 3 times, keeping the breath. Last one. And then with the right side, draw a semicircle with the knee. Opens out the hips. It's like a DW40 for the hips, this one. Last one. Bring it back. And then widen out the knees and push back the hips. Really push the hands into the mat and come into child's pose. Wide-legged child's pose. You can really drop the belly in between the legs. Take a deep belly breath here. Remind yourself of the intention we set at the start of the class. Inhale, come back up to a tabletop. And then we're going to untuck the toes under and lift up into plank. If you want to stay on your knees in plank, just shift your hands forward and then drop the hips into plank like this. If you want to come into full plank, lifting up the knees, staying strong through the hands, making sure the hips aren't too high so you really feel it in the core. Inhale and exhale the knees down to the floor. Inhale, back up into plank. Keep the shoulders strong, soften in the face. And exhale, knees to the floor. And lift up again into plank, and this time lift the left leg up. And exhale. Drop the left leg. Inhale, lift the right leg. And exhale, knees all the way to the floor and push back into child's pose. Take a breath here. Come back up to tabletop. Step the left leg forward. Really deepen into that lunge, into the hips. Take a couple of breaths here. Really ground through that left foot. Ground through the floor. Then place your right hand on the floor and lift up the left hand. Nice twist into the lunge. You can either stay here or you can untuck the right feet and toes and lift up the leg. Looking up to the sky, or if your neck is a bit uncomfortable, just look out directly in front of you. Spread the fingers. Nice and wide. Bring the left hand back down to the mat, drop the back knee, and then step the left leg back and step the right foot forward. Take a couple of breaths into that lunge first. Really deepen into the hips, into the hip sockets. Breathe. Place the left hand planted on the floor. Lift up the right side, twist into it, fingers up to the sky. Either keep the head looking out in front of you or look up to the hand in the sky. Exhale, bring the right hand back down to the mat. And then step the left leg to the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart and forward fold. Grabbing each elbow with your hands. Forward bend. If your hamstrings are quite tight, bend your knees or have them straight, the legs straight. Really stretch out the hamstrings. Just enjoy the forward bend. And bend the knees and slowly start to bring the torso up to the top of the mat. On an inhale, head up last. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Lifting out through the hip sockets. On an exhale, bend forward from the hips all the way down to the floor. Squeezing out through the belly. Inhale, start to lift the chest, straighten the legs into a flat back. Exhale, either step or jump to the back of the mat. You can step your left leg back and your right leg back, or you can jump. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or come all the way down to the mat. Inhale, push the front of the body forward, lift the chest, lift the head, untuck the feet, open out into cobra. And exhale, lift the hips to the sky, untuck the feet, just downward facing dog. Breathing through the belly. Downward dog is an inversion. Pushes the blood flow back up to the heart, back into the head. You want to paddle out the feet. You've got tight hamstrings. Take an inhale, step left leg to the top of the mat. Exhale, step the right leg to the top and squeeze out through the belly. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky and hands into prayer, exhale. Surya Namaskara. Surya Namaskara B is what we're going to come into. And that's a variation with Warrior 1. So inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend forward from the hips all the way down to the floor. Inhale, flat back, lifting the chest. And exhale, either step or jump to the back of the mat. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, all coming all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift up the chest. And the elbows, keep the elbows tucked in. Exhale, lift the hips up, tuck under the feet and push up into downward facing dog. Have a look under the left shoulder and look under the right shoulder. Step the left leg to the top of the mat, come up into Warrior 1. Lifting the back of the heel on the bent leg. And then come down, exhale, square the foot off, back into downward facing dog. Step the left leg to the top of the mat. Step the right leg to the top of the mat and fold forward, exhale. Inhale, right up to the sky. And exhale and start. We'll do the other side on the other video. We're just going to cut out now. So we'll do the other side. I'll meet you in the second video.